Good morning, everyone. Bill and Carrie with KV Treks.
Good morning.
Where are we at, hon? What's going on?
We are on the big island of Hawaii. We are currently at Kalahuipua'a Historic Park. We're going to check out some lava flows.
And fish ponds. This is a park not too far from our resort. It was like, what, a 25-minute hike?
It was, yeah, about, I think if we hadn't made as many stops as we did, it would have been closer to 20, but yeah.
We're coming into the park. They got a small little parking lot area. Does have a restroom next to where we're at right now. Gonna come up here and check out a park map. So we're over here in the little worn out spot, and that's where we came in. This is the parking lot. It looks like we got a little bit of trail here we can take, and this is the way back to our resort. So we want to go check out this area and possibly over there by the historic reserve. A little bit of a ramp on the path coming in here. At least it's paved, but definitely rocky area around us. A lot of lava rock. Interesting first things we're seeing here. You can see like the lava flow here. So this is a different type of lava flow from a lot of other things we've seen. So there's two types of lava in a sense. The aha, which is very porous, it was very hot lava that then it would like pop or hit water and then cool really fast. And then this other type here like cooled slower, like it just kind of was like flowing and then it just kind of stopped flowing and cooled. And it kind of has this different flow type, like a ripples in water. Carry from the lava tubes, and it looks like some of this has been collapsed over time, but you can kind of see the part of the tube over there. According to this, lava flow cooled on the surface while the molten material continued underneath, and so it became a tube. So the lava kept flowing, and then eventually the lava was cut off, and the molten lava kept moving downhill down the flow, and became pipes. So right here, this is where the lava tubes might have collapsed over time, and according to the sign we read, the tubes were kind of caves in a sense, and so early Hawaiians found it as a good shelter, place to, you know, go to hide from the elements, the sun, make little homes out of. And there's one of the entrances, but you can kind of see like it kind of just flowed under the ground, and the top. So this was all molten lava moving, and then it hardened like a shell above and kept moving underneath as that shell kept doing, and then the lava kept flowing, so it became a tube while it hardened around like a shell again. Nice thing is it looks like a lot of path here that's easy to manage. So far, if you have like a wheelchair or scooter kind of thing, you can manage this pretty well so far. This looks like some more collapsed tube type area. You can kind of see, oh wow. Actually, I don't know how well it shows up on camera, but there's kind of like a little bit of a flow there with where it might have collapsed over time in different spots. Like if you look here, this crater here where this tube had collapsed, it's deep enough that there's a decent sized tree growing in there, and we're almost like our level is almost about the top of the taller branches. That's cool. Here's some more tube. You can kind of see the one part right there. I just find this all fascinating. I mean, things about nature just I find interesting. And it looks like the flow could go under where this path was. We're gonna get off of the paved path, and there's a path here, kind of rocky, but there's a sign up here, so we know it's okay to go this way. I'm gonna go see what that sign says. Oh, is this the lava tube? Ah, this is the lava tube. So, said already that people used to use these as shelters, and that's what the sign there was talking about. That. So the sign saying that the clues of the past. So they have found evidence in here that people have used this as a shelter before. Oh, that's cool, honey. That's neat. There's a hole up there with a light coming through. Like the ceiling here, I would say at the peak is at least 12 feet. This is really neat in here.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. This alone was worth the hike. Look at this.
I don't think I want to go farther back than here because it's really dark back there.
Yeah, now how much farther you can really go back there?
I don't think, well, I think it just goes back there, but it's like, you really can't see much.
It's treacherous. I mean,
yeah.
We could, but do we really want to?
No.
I'm sure people have, but we're not going to. So, just kind of fascinating. If you look at the rocks here, how jaded they are, kind of sharp edges. Interesting. I think this hole's real neat. It's just a few feet above us, and then we can go out. There's lava flow that goes that way to an opening, and there's an opening there. There's 4 openings, I think. That's the main one that we came in through. You can see how rocky this is, trying to get to the lava flow that we were just in. That was really neat.
That was really neat in there.
Yeah, that like Carrie really perked up going in there, so that was kind of cool. Like we've seen lots of photos of that.
Yeah, you know, when we were like researching this trip, like saw a bunch of photos on, you know, TripAdvisor, other things, and it looked cool, but yeah, really experiencing it, it is very cool.
Yeah, that's like one of the things that I try to say, like with these photos and our vlogs and all that stuff. It's like, it might be cool to look at on camera, but to go and see it and experience in person, it definitely puts like this 4th layer to it, this other dimension, this other texture kind of thing to it. You can't experience through a video screen or whatnot. So I'm really glad we made the hike to come over here just for that.
Yeah.
That was really cool. So we're going to keep continuing on the path for all these lava flows, and there's supposed to be some fish ponds around here someplace. And some more of the lava flow, and there's a golf course back there. That's where those palm trees are in that building. So there's a golf course between one of the holes between that building and the lava flows here. Wonder how many golf balls have been lost in the lava flows over the year. Another little path off the main path. It's kind of adorned with lava rocks on both sides. Let's see where this goes. We decided this doesn't look like it goes where we wanted to go, so we're going to go back. And there's the actual path we're going to go back to. We're going to cross this path that I think is for the golf course. And here's the Historic Fish Pond Preserve we were looking for. We got several fish ponds in this area. And the way how these fish ponds work are, these are spring fed with fresh water. And these were managed by native Hawaiians to raise fish. So they actually like use these to raise fish and catch fish and cultivate fish, all that kind of thing. And they could manage these, and that's what they could do instead of having to go out into the sea to try to catch whatever sea life is out in the ocean as an option. This is one fish pond. As we walk up, this is going to be a different fish pond. Something that we had learned yesterday when we were at the national park that we went to is that a lot of the fish in here are tilapia, which were introduced way back when with King Kamehameha. It was a gift to him, and they were introduced to help control the mosquito population, but then they turned out to just be aggressive toward other native fish, and they kind of just pushed out and killed off the other fish. Oops. But that's why invasive species are very dangerous. There's this ecosystem in Hawaii. 90% of what is here, plant life, animal life, all that on the Hawaiian Islands has been introduced and or invasive to the Hawaiian Islands. That is not natural here. This is pretty much naturally all lava rock and very, very few plants and animals. But we introduced it as humans for the most part. Very nice. This is actually the first fish pond that we're walking by, and we're walking in between that and the second fish pond we saw, which is on our right, and up ahead of us is a third fish pond. So they're all separated by these walls, paths. As tempting as it is that you can see all these fish from the surface and these fish ponds, they have signs everywhere saying no fishing. No fishing. I could be wrong here, but this does not look like it's a fish pond. There's a bridge over there. It looks like this area actually connects to the ocean, but it is kind of a little haven area. I'm sure a lot of fish can come in here. Correction, this could be a fish pond. I'm just not 100% sure. What I thought was a bridge that went over a part of the ocean might just be the bridge that goes to this like little shanty shack thing out in the middle of everything. This is a very shallow water here, and it's very blue. I'm gonna go a little path here, kind of in between ponds again. And so these are two different ponds between the right and the left. That's Carrie's walking in between. And yeah, sometimes it's really shallow. You can see some of the fish in there. It's also very clear water, very clean. Those fish down here, they're pretty big sized. Yeah, those are some decent sized fish. Wow. I'm not sure what kind those are. Confirming from the sign, this is a fish pond. It just kind of looked like it was broken up to me, but it was that bridge going to that little shack. Maybe we can check that out in a second if we get back over that direction. There's only a certain number of fish that I can recognize. Typically what helps a lot is when they come in a package already pre-fried that say stick after the name of it.
Oh my goodness.
Coming up on the ocean. Not sure if this is part of a resort.
It's part of the Mauna Lana resort.
Part of the what?
It's part of the resort here, whatever this place is called.
Mauna Lana or something?
Something like that.
Okay, so this is a beach that might be cared for by that resort, but it's actually a
Public beach.
This water is an amazing color blue, and there's all these different shades, so like the farther out you go, the deeper the color gets. And our resort is, you see that white one? It's not that one. It's past that around the curb. So we have had quite a bit of a hike this morning so far. So if my walking app is correct, so far we've walked about 3 miles.
Yeah, that checks.
Yeah, since we left the resort. We're gonna make our way back, I guess. This is like a boat launch, and we're gonna continue walking this way along the shore. Looks like there's a path. So on the right side of the path here is the fish ponds, and on the left is open ocean. So at some point they put this barrier in here to separate this. I don't know how well they show up on camera. There's some more big fish over by the wall next to us. Again, very clear water, so we can see through. There we go, there's a couple. I'd say they're 1.5 feet or so in length. Gary noticed a couple of crabs. This is on the shore, or the ocean side of the path that we're on. See one right mid-center, and then right above that in the water, I don't know how well it's showing up on camera, there are some fish kind of floating out not too far. They look like long skinny ones. A little further down there's a bunch of fish, again on the ocean side. There's kind of they almost look like they're plants, the way how they're kind of in a group together like it's seaweed. We're seeing some long looking fish here. According to the sign, they might be eels. I'm not quite sure. So we kind of learned about some of these fish ponds on another tour. And oh, there's a big one. A couple big ones down in there too. Anyway, so we learned about some of these fish ponds. So some of them, this might actually be seawater next to it, and they have these gates. And these gates, they're small enough that small fish can pass in. And they'll go in there and look for food and shelter and all that stuff, and the small pond, so it's not open ocean. But then what happens is they eat enough, they grow, and they can't leave. So then they're stuck in here, so they're easier to fish. So it's kind of a smart way to fish, that the fish come to you instead of you having to go find the fish. It's actually kind of ingenious, and that's something that they've been doing on the Hawaiian Islands for actually maybe a couple hundred years. So there's a bunch of those long, thin fish. That could be eels, but we're not sure. Where's the second one?
On the other rock.
Oh, okay. There's a pair of really big crabs out there.
Oh, there's another one right there.
Or decent sized crabs. Maybe not real big, but they're decent sized crabs. I pulled out my much longer lens. Hope I can hold it steady enough. There we go. Yeah, look at that sucker. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, there's a couple of crabs hanging on the rocks. Oh, look at this, honey. My viewfinder here.
Oh, that's cool. Look at his legs are like all like kind of red compared to the other ones we're seeing. They're kind of more black.
Yeah, our resort is kind of a hike away. It's behind that white one there. Can't even see it. So we got a little bit of a hike back still. But that's fine. I'm enjoying my day, particularly with the beautiful wife. Shoot, I really wanted to go check out that little shack, but it's closed to public access. But it's in the middle of that fish pond. So awesome to come out by the ocean and just see everything. Everything is so different. It's never the same. It's always in a state of flux. This is the other side of the one resort that we walked through to get to the street to walk to the main entrance to the one park. We're gonna take the trail that goes along the side of the ocean. As we're walking back, we're walking past another fish pond, and this is kind of how they used to do them, the old school way with the wood. So fish can get in, small fish can get in, but when they get too big, they can't get out. There's a lot of colorful fish in here, real pretty fish. We can't fully tell from this angle, but we think these bigger ones here, these fat ones, are puffer fish. Can't quite tell, but they're the ones that get really big when they're threatened, and the little spikes can come out of the sides. All right, we're gonna make our way out of the historic park. What was the name of this place?
I have no idea.
See, there we go. We're just gonna, right there, magic. There we go. You can try to pronounce it yourself. But anyway, it was really neat. What did you think, hon?
Yeah, no, it was great. It was a nice little hike and had some fun.
Yeah, it was really cool to see these historic lava flows, and that one room where you could stand in the flow. That was really cool.
Yeah,
like
that part was that was probably the best part of the walk.
Yeah, again, the photos don't do that justice. Like, to see that in person, that was really neat. And then these fish ponds are unique and fascinating too, at least for me. I find a lot of this stuff very interesting. We want to thank you for joining us. Please do us a favor and subscribe. About 90% of our viewers are non-subscribers, so help the channel grow and help us reach our 2024 goal of 2,000 subscribers. But did you have a good time? Will we do this again?
And maybe take a shuttle over here first.
A little bit of a hike.
The walk over here is just uneven terrain, and we got lost, and yeah.
Yeah, Carrie was going to wear flip-flops until we saw someone who said, you might want to change his shoes, and she reluctantly went, but are you glad you went into shoes now?
No.
Really?
My flip-flops are trail rated.
Okay, whatever. Don't believe her. Wear good shoes. I would recommend that, because you don't know what you're going to be walking. The path at the thing was just fine, but the path we took to get here from our resort was a little
questionable.
Yeah, at places. But please do us a favor. But we want to thank you for joining us. I'm Bill.
I'm Carrie.
You're watching KV Treks. Please do us a favor, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Until then, good luck and have fun.
See ya.
Give me a pose, hon. That's neat. There's a hole up there with a light coming through.